वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय, सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are in Yoga Vasishtha first half and the 77th chapter. We were discussing till yesterday the dialogue between, of course, Vasishtha ji and Ram. But in that, Vasishtha ji was telling about the story of our Bhagirath, and Bhagirath's guru was Trital, and how he could attain the supreme state by all renunciation, renouncing everything, what is called Sarvatyaga, renouncing everything that we have seen, and he attained to moksha. And after that, when he had done everything, when he was enjoying a roaming sadhu's life with his guru, at that time it happened to have the kingdoms back, and he became again to accept the challenge or the chance of ruling over again on the whole earth. And at that time he got the information that his ancestors were burnt into ashes by course of Kapil Muni, and they have to be released from the painful hell, and they should be sent into heaven. So Bhagirath did penance and brought Gangaji to earth level, and it reached that spot, and all those ashes when got the touch with Ganga water, all those people, their ancestors, they released from hell and they were sent to the heaven. In this way, Ganga was brought by Bhagirath to the earth level. Of course, that was not our main subject. Our main subject was how one gets realization of the self. Bhagirath, how could Bhagirath got that knowledge and experience? He realized the self by the help of his directions of his guru, Trital by name. And now Vasishtha ji, to support that story of Bhagirath about renunciation, renouncing everything, again he started another story of King Shikhidhwaj, and that that is going on now. There was a king named Sikhidhwaj. पहले इस अपने वैभव का परित्याग कर और मन रूप पक्षी का हृदय में निरोध कर अविचल सिखिध्वज की तरह आप शांतिपूर्वक अपने स्वरूप में स्थित हो जाइए। वशिष्ठ जी टोल्ड Rama, "O Ram, just like the king Sikhidhwaj, be steady in your heart of hearts, just like the bird in the cage." श्री राम जी ने कहा, हे ब्राह्मण, यह सिखिध्वज कौन था और उसने परम पद कैसे प्राप्त किया? गुरुवार बोध वृद्धि के लिए उसका चरित्र फिर मुझसे कहिए। सो राम रिक्वेस्टेड वशिष्ठ जी, प्लीज टेल मी द स्टोरी ऑफ Sikhidhwaj, how he could got realization and how he could succeeded. महाराज वशिष्ठ जी ने कहा, भद्र, पहले कल्प में द्वापर में पति पत्नी का एक जोड़ा हुआ था। अब इस 28वें चतुर्युग के अग्रिम द्वापर में उसी रूप का वही एक दूसरे के प्रति स्निग्ध प्रेम रखने वाला फिर पति पत्नी का दूसरा जोड़ा उत्पन्न होगा। तो वशिष्ठ जी just went on telling the story to Ram. Long before, in long past, somewhere in some kingdom, there was a pair of king and queen, and they were again to be present in little future ahead. They will come again. Means they were in the past and they will come to the body again in little future ahead. So naturally there will be some doubt. Anybody can ask the question, how is it repeated again and again? श्री रामचंद्र ने कहा, हे भगवान, जो पूर्व में जिस रूप का था वह उसी रूप का फिर कैसे होगा? Whatever was there in the past, as per its form and his activities and everything, how it can be again repeated? हे भक्तों में श्रेष्ठ, आप उसका कारण मुझसे कहिए। तात्पर्य यह है कि भूत और भविष्य कालिक वस्तुओं के सादृश्य में हेतु क्या है? So Ramji naturally had to ask, what is the cause behind repetition in the nature or in the time? Why it repeats again and again? वशिष्ठ जी ने कहा, भद्र, उस जगत के निर्माण के नियति रूप ब्रह्मादि का जो सत्य संकल्प रूपा संवित्ति है, उसकी अनिवार्य स्वभाव जनित ऐसे ही निरंतर स्थिति है। यानी नियति का अनिवार्य स्वभाव ही उनके सादृश्य में कारण है। क्या समझ में आया? Vasudha ji explains to Ramji, you see there are so many universes and they are something is similar, some dissimilar, and something is repeated again and again. Many things go on. The natural process sometimes similar in different universes, sometimes not so. So all these depends upon the absolute controller, Niyati. Niyati means one who guides or controls everything. So the absolute controller, how he will be? How can we have some ideas about that absolute controller? Is it time? Is it space? Or it is a form? Or it is a potentiality, potency? Or it is what it is? How can we imagine and hold some ideas? What is that Niyati? Controller. How does he control everything? Of course, Vasudha said, whatever he does, whatever he thinks, or whatever process he adopts to allow the universes to work, nobody has, there is no second one who has to alter or who can do something else without his consent. So he is the Supremo. And that Supremo will be only one, because if there will be two, is it possible to control everything by one? When two are there, naturally there will be division. And that is what we see in the nature. Everywhere we see. Two means it will have to change, it will have some relationship, it will be dependent on each other, comparison, and everything influence. But if it is only one, it will be the absolute controller, absolute regulator, or energizer, or ignore. What do they say? How can we say? जो इग्निशन कहते हैं ना, इग्निशन, हाँ, नहीं, जो वो इसकी स्कूटर भी रहता है सब जगह पर, थोड़ा टच हो जाएगा तब चल पड़ेगा। प्रम्प्टर और एक्टिवेटर, हाँ, how does it do? So the decision given by Vasudha ji, he is the all controller, and over that nobody can say anything, can do anything, or alter anything. So one is there. So naturally it will be one only, because two is not possible. Whatever he thinks, before it also we once discussed why the rivers flow downward, why the trees grow upward, why the stone falls downward and it falls down. All these are, of course, we may give some reason because nature does like this. In the nature we have seen some common rules, so that rules we say because of this rule it goes like that. Say attraction, gravitational force or something, but that is also why it is so. Why it should not attract upward? If such is the question, what will you answer? That means there is some supremo, some all in all, some boss. Whatever he says, whatever he thinks, whatever he orders, there is no alternation of it. It is to be done, that's all. Yes, sir. Yes, my master. 9:30 means 9:30, isn't it? One day 10, one day 9, one day 10:30, that will not do, isn't it? 9:30 means 9:30, 11 means 11, not a second this side or that side. We are not Japanese. We are Indians. Of course it is possible after one day. After 24 hours, not a second this side, not that side. 24 hours late. What it means, there is one who thinks or activates or directs or controls. So everything is as it is seen. So repetition means it will be repeated. Nobody can alter it. There is no question of why and why not. Sometimes some child, he was joking at me. I was asking, why you are doing like that? Why you are playing like this? It is not good. Swamiji, don't ask why. अरे क्यों से तो इंदिरा गांधी मर गई थी. A funny child. Don't ask why. महाराज वशिष्ठ ने कहा, भद्र, इस जगत के निर्माण में नियति रूप ब्रह्मादि, नियति के रूप में ब्रह्मा, विष्णु, sometimes Rudra, sometimes anyone which is accepted as the Supremo. You see, our government, our India government, say, take it for example. Whether the Prime Minister is Supremo or the Supreme Court Chief Justice is Supremo or the Major General and the CDO, क्या word?
Chief of Defense Staff.
CDS. Yes, whether he is Supremo, who is Supremo? Sometimes some other times is some other. In that way, they act and they will agree with each other. In this way, sometimes Brahma, sometimes Rudra, sometimes Vishnu, sometimes the supreme energy power, Adi Shakti. Adi Shakti creates all Vishnu, Brahma, and Rudra. Everything is created by the power, the supreme power. So, and from our side, how we can see? We go around the mountain, that Tiruvannamalai, and वो पहाड़ क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Arunachal. We go around Arunachal mountain, and from one side, if you see, it looks like just Shivji is sitting there. From other side, if you see, Ganeshji is sitting there. From some other side, Shiva Parvati both. Some other side, Nandi. Which is true.
Some other side, Ramana Maharshi is sitting with his tea.
Yes, perhaps it is inside the mountain. Anyway, so what is true and what is wrong? As you see, that is real for you. And if I see at the same time from different angle, your reality will be unreal for me. So in this way, भद्रा इस जगत के निर्माण में नियत रूप ब्रह्मादि का जो सत्य संकल्प रूपता संबीती है, whatever they think, that supremo, whichever it is, whatever it thinks, that has to manifest. This manifestation we have to understand, whatever it thinks. See how everything manifests. A poor fellow, a beggar, living in a jhoppadpatti, somewhere in the out of the city. The beggar wants, I must have some little shelter, pakka shelter. So how long it will take? He has to get sanction of some land, he has to collect some money, and he has to accumulate all those some building materials. Of course, the whole amount of estimation should be collected in the beginning, or else it will take 6 months or 2 years, 3 years. Whenever he gets little money, then the rest of the work left has to be done. In this way, sometimes he has to work himself. So it may take 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. But if Birla wants to make some building for his temporary, office, how long it will take? Order means it is ready in 1 month or so. Why it is so? Because of wealth power, money power. In this way, willpower also works. And if you want to root out some tree, you cannot. But for a wrestler, pick it up and throw. For an elephant, it is easier job. because of difference in strength, physical strength. In this way, the mental strength also works. The work is done, they are not there, whose mental power is most powerful. That means that power is one centrified, one-pointed power. If it is there, then it is very easy for anyone to do the job. That is called manifestation or taking a shape. And when the shape will be there, then name also will be there, some actions also will be there, some qualities, some everything will follow it. So, सत्य संकल्प रूपा संबिति है. संबिति means the willpower, steady willpower. It is not activating willpower. उसकी अनिवार्य स्वभाव जनित ऐसे ही निरंतर स्थिति है, यानी नियति का अनिवार्य स्वभाव. Essentially, if you understand the nature of that Supremo is cause for it. As it thinks, so it happens. उनके सदृश में कारण है. If the Supremo thinks it should be repeated, then it has to be repeated. If he thinks, no, it should end somewhere, then it will end. No, it should go haphazardly or interruptedly, or it should go in a zigzag way. That also will happen. Whatever he thinks, whatever his nature is, accordingly he will do all these. There is no other cause for it. इसी अर्थ का स्पष्टीकरण करते हैं बशीर जी, क्योंकि देखिए एक ही आम के वृक्ष में पहले अनेक फल उत्पन्न होकर फिर कालांतर में उसी रूप के अनेक फल उत्पन्न होते हैं और उसी आम के स्कंद पर बट अभूतपूर्व ही उत्पन्न होता है. काट दिए जाने पर तो फिर वहाँ नहीं उत्पन्न होता है. अच्छा, ये ब्यूटीफुल एग्जाम्पल. He gives the example of the parasite, the big trees on the other trees, parasites. We have also small plants over other trees here. So he gives the example of a banyan tree. Naturally, it is seen everywhere. Banyan tree over a mango tree. Because how it happens, you know, banyan tree and people also, some trees like this. The crow eats the banyan fruits and it drops on the mango tree. So the seeds, they are so powerful, they are never lost. Wherever it goes, it has to germinate according to some time or some favorable conditions. It will be there. So generally in mango trees some holes or something is found where some little soil or mud will be there, and there the seeds grow, and the banyan tree comes up, and banyan tree or people or some other trees like this, they can grow anywhere and everywhere without much facilities or favorable conditions. They have that strong struggling power, struggling for life, and they win over it. Anywhere it can grow and it will grow on. So naturally the banyan trees or other some people or something like that, it grows on mango trees or other trees also. So these are called parasites. The mango, when we put the seed on the ground, the tree will come up and it will yield many other mangoes, and we get many other seeds. So it will be going on multiplying. Nobody can stop it. Mango will produce many mangoes only. But over the mango, if the banyan tree comes, it will also grow. And it will have banyan fruits only, not mango. And if you cut it, root it out from the mango tree, then only it will be off, or else it will go on. Two in one. Both will be multiplying in their own way. He gives this example. क्योंकि देखिए एक ही आम के वृक्ष में पहले अनेक फल उत्पन्न होकर फिर कालांतर में उसी रूप के अनेक फल उत्पन्न होते हैं. One mango tree gives so many mangoes, and from each mango again it will go on multiplying, becoming many. So it will go on. और उसी आम के कंध पर बट अभूतपूर्व ही उत्पन्न होता है. बट के पेड़ उसके ऊपर उत्पन्न हो जाता है. काट दिए जाने पर तो फिर वहाँ नहीं उत्पन्न होता है. इफ इट इज कट आउट और रूटेड आउट, then there will not be any banyan trees. थोड़ा जोर से भाई मेरे को.
यहाँ पे जो ट्री की बात हो रही है वो ट्री समय है या
No, cause and effect. One cause of mango will go on multiplying in the same way, mango and mango seed. Again, mango seed and mango and mango seed. Cause and effect, it will go on in the same way, in cycle. But here, it interference of other cause in some cause. Banyan trees came, so banyan fruits are seen in mango tree. Mango tree also gives banyan fruits, isn't it? It is because supported by it. Mango supports the banyan tree, supporting cause. Understood now? There are different types of causes. instrumental cause, helping cause, supporting cause, and you see, basic cause and purposeful cause. Many causes, many types of cause are there. Here,
ये काट देना मतलब ये क्या
to root it out, banyan tree को निकाल के फेंक दिया अगर आम से.
in the cycle of this what we are the meaning relates to वो banyan तो समझा स्वामी जी रूट से निकाले इसमें समय में
समय को मत देखो, समय जरूरत नहीं हमको देखना. वो करें, he is explaining why it gets repeated. किस Ram art, why it should be repeated again and again. Here the mango seeds are repeating again and again. So because it is thought in this way by the Supremo, by the Creator. And even then, if it is interpreted by another will, so it will be in different way. It will not repeat again and again. Mango will be repeating in its way. But in between, the banyan also will start repeating.
एक तो मेजर व्हील जो बिग व्हील है that we are talking because the river is flowing like this. Then how the other wheel is coming up here?
अरे यार, it is just like this. One book, and in between I have to give some example of some poems here. I always tell some other stories in between the stories of Basit ji. Same thing. Stories, other kind of stories in this kind of stories. Exemplary stories, isn't it?
एग्जाम्पल समझ रहे हैं मगर जो व्हील का जो बात हो रहा था
Will also work like that. See, I have the will now, first will I have to go to Rishikesh, Sivananda Ashram. Since 3 years, 4 years I had not been there. Now it is open, let me go and have darshan of Vishwanath and Gurudev Samadhi. Let me go. And in between, some friend at Chamba, he called me, Swamiji, where are you going? I am going to Rishikesh. Arey, come to our house and have your lunch, and then tomorrow you can go. Have little rest here. Since long you have not come to my house also. I agreed and went there. So, how one will acts in between the other will, but all the will is mine only.
No, sir. Your will is only for Rishikesh, but Chamba people's will different.
That I agreed, that is my will, if I don't agree. So, there will be so many causes intermingling and interacting. This world is such a complicated, the whole world has to take part in. That is what we discuss every now and then. अधिष्ठानम तथा कर्ता करणम च पृथक विधान विविधाश्च पृथक चेष्टा दैव चैवात्र पंचम. This Daiva is called Niyati, the all supremo, the all controller. Daiva. Before that, all these are also taken as causes, different kinds of causes. The basement and the doer, some cause of the need of the work, why it should be there, the demand, or we can say the indent, place the indent, then I shall supply you. Without your indent I cannot supply, I don't supply at all. And I cannot supply everything as per my will and requested by you. I also depend upon the availability of the objects what you demanded. So all these causes get together to occur some incident, whatever occurs. It is not one, it is multifold. So here he is giving, one is interpreting the other.
So in that case, should we understand with the same logic for the theory of perception that what we see in the so-called waking state, the solid objects? The same logic. It is
Of course, your so-called waking repeats again and again. Your so-called dream repeats again and again. Maybe there will be difference in the same dream. Dream is dream. You dream every night. That is repeated. And different kinds of dream. And those kinds sometimes airy, sometimes watery, or sometimes something else. This is called relativity, my dear. So many things will be interrelated, interpenetrated, inter-supported, interacted. What? This is called relativity. That's how all these complications. There is no end to these complications and supporting and causes and effects. No end. So come on, let us try to understand what he says. एक ही आम के वृक्ष में पहले अनेक फल उत्पन्न होकर फिर कालांतर में, and sometimes that banyan tree also overpowers the mango tree. The mango tree dries and the banyan tree stands up. Many times that is also seen.
Instead of you going to Sivandarsam, you lived in Chamba.
Yes, and from there I can go to Masuri, Dehradun, and I can go to Santiashram. There is certainty, clarity in non-clarity. There is confirmation in confusion.
So in that case, should we understand if the willpower is so strong, the person will come to Prakashi, else it will go
Yes.
to-
And there, many other formulas are there. There one formula will be activated. The stronger will win over the weaker one. That is also natural law. So if my will is stronger than the other will at Chamba, I shall go only to Rishikesh, not halt in Chamba. Once it happened also, Chidanand Sanji from here started going to Bodolaji's house. Because Bodolaji invited Swamiji many times, but once he sent some boy ahead, Swamiji is coming. If Bodolaji is not at home, please ask him. I am going to his home. So by the way, Muktavava Swamiji's ashram is there. By that way only Swamiji had to go. So Muktavava told him, Swamiji, please sit here for 5 minutes, have a little cup of tea. Swamiji didn't sit at all, even he didn't stand even for a moment. No. When you call me separately, I will come to you, not now. I have come to go to Bodola's house. I cannot stop here. If you want me to be here, we shall decide it some other day. Such is his willpower. He didn't stop there. So this also happens. And once it happened also, Swamiji was coming from Rishikesh to go to Gangotri, and naturally he comes here and rests here for 1 or 2 days, and then he proceeds further. And that time, our Kailas Ashram Swamiji, Umana Sahaji, he, of course, he asked Swamiji before, Swamiji, one day, sometime you have to stay in Kailas also. Let others get your darshan. Why you should go always and stay at Preman's ashram place? We are also, we deserve also your presence here. So that day, our Uman Sanji came out to just salute Swamiji. Swami said, I have to stop here. I will stay here for 2-3 days. So it depends upon the free will of the Supremo. That free will also gets divided into many parts and activates. And that willpower also gets divided, and divided willpower also be divided into many. They will interact each other. There is, you see, this is called relativity. And from absolute point of view, there is no world, there is no willpower, there is no manifestation, so don't worry. Keep quiet.
I will, my will is never done.
Yes. And he never wills, his will is ever done. From relative point of view, dualistic point of view, nothing can be decided decisively forever. Because it is dualistic, so it may change also. Final cannot be changed, so that doesn't come under relativity, rules and regulations. Nothing is there, beyond everything.
काकभूषण जी का वो बताया कि हर त्रेता युग में राम का जन्म नहीं होता।
नहीं होता।
तो रावण भी नहीं होगा जब
उसे तो है ही नहीं।
रावण होगा भी नहीं भी होगा। नहीं, कोई जरूरत नहीं।
मगर वो कलिकाल में आके भी फिर रावण फिर चला।
अरे भाई, रावण lived for 56 yugas and Ram didn't come. And when his time is over, then Ram incarnated. 14 चौकड़ी, 56, yes, 56 yugas he lived. वो तो अनरण्य को भी मारा था करके अनरण्य उसको अभिशाप दिया था, मेरे वंश में कोई पैदा होगा तेरे को तड़फा तड़फा करके मारेगा। और फिर राम जी को अवतार होने के लिए कितना युग चला गया, कितना समय चला गया, पर हुआ, होगा। Don't put the question why. अरे इधर will. ऐसे स्थिति में जैसे सरोवर में तरंग सदृश, विसदृश एवं पूर्व के तरंग अन्य रूप दिखाई पड़ते हैं, वैसे ही सिखिध्वज आदि के संसार में भी स्थिति है। Why only Sikhidwaj take any story of any history? And now he is giving the other example also. He says, some waves in one water pond or lake, some waves in one water place, and in the same water waves in some other pond, they are water waves only, isn't it? Will they be similar? And in the same water place, once some waves were created and subsided, and other time also some waves are created. So will they be similar? Sometimes they may be similar. What can you decide? So I said, don't put a why. There is no final decision. Nothing can be said, anything. But finally we can say it is His will. His means the Supremo. Call Him as you like. Call Him God or call Him dog, I don't have any objection. But He is Supremo. तो इसी प्रकार सदृश, विसदृश एवं पूर्व के तरंग अन्य रूप दिखाई पड़ते हैं, वैसे ही सिखिध्वज आदि के संसार में भी स्थिति है। जस्ट लाइक द डिफरेंट वेव्स इन डिफरेंट वाटर पॉन्ड्स और डिफरेंट वेव्स इन सेम वाटर पॉन्ड इन डिफरेंट टाइम्स or in same time. Anything is possible. And finally, it is said, Mayayam Sarvasambhava. Everything is possible in the illusory world. इसलिए भूतकालीन सिखिध्वज राजा के सदृश दूसरा महातेजस्वी राजा फिर भी होगा। सो डोंट पुट व्हाई एंड हाउ, डोंट पुट हाउ, It came. It came, just accept it. And if you go to the details, there is no end to it. इसीलिए भूतकालीन सिखी ध्वज राजा के सदृश दूसरा महातेजस्वी राजा फिर भी होगा. So just as the king Sikhidhwaj in the past, similarly there will be another Sikhidhwaj in future. वही कही जाने वाली कथा का नायक है. Now I shall tell the story about that hero of the story. Sikhidhwaj. हीरो, उसका यह वृत्तांत आप सुनिए. Hear from me the story of Sikhidhwaj. You know Sikhidhwaj? Who is Sikhidhwaj? Sikhi means peacock. And who has got the Sikha, they tells Sikhidhwaj, the king who has got the flag where the peacock is the symbol. Sikhidhwaj. No, he was Kapidhwaj. Arjuna was Kapidhwaj. Hanuman was the symbol of his flag. Sikhidhwaj, some great king. He was in the history, or the history of our creation, there was some king. So he will be again seen in the creation. That is what he is telling us. Basically, sometimes he has to create complications so that your mind also if the story is plain and simple, where is the chance for you to think like that? अतीत कालीन सातवें मनु की चतुर्थ चतुर्युगी के द्वापर युग में कुरुवंश में इसी सृष्टि में सिखिध्वज नाम का राजा हुआ था. He gave all the details. Just as some people say, you see, there are some people, they demand some money and they say, come to me, I shall tell you the story of all your last births. So whatever he says, you have to take it for granted because you don't know anything. What is the way to know all these are true or not true? Have you got some other proof for it? Whatever he will say, yes, yes. Oh, and if he is a psychiatrist, then he will tell according to your mental attitudes. You see, the astrologer also say this, your fate like that. I can tell your fate without seeing your palm, without seeing your Janma Kundali. You know, there is some language. You have to learn the language, how to speak. You see, your bright future is waiting for you. You will accept it. Isn't it? But you have to struggle hard. There is no doubt in it. There will be some obstacles. Many will try to pull you down. And you will struggle hard, and if you have support of your friend circle, you will get over the problem. It is going to come to you. Isn't it? Isn't it? Can you say no? In the past also, you have suffered a lot. And so many enjoyments you had enjoyed, and in your past, in childhood, your health was not always okay. Can you deny? This is the language. And your enemies are not away from you. They are inside your circle. Yes. Enmity crops up only among the friend circle. You don't go to abuse somebody unknown, somebody somewhere. Do you go and quarrel with them? You quarrel with only with your own kith and kins. So, your enemies are in your home, and nobody wants you to go up, and they are envious of you. Be careful, be careful. This is the astrological language. Anybody can accept it. You have to learn, my dear, all these different technology terms. Medical terms are different from engineering terms, and astrological terms are different from philosophical terms. You have to learn how to speak and language also. That's why they gather audience, the great lecturers understood who knows what is the truth and few wants to go to the depth. अतीत कालीन सातवें मनु की चतुर्थ चतुर्युगी में, उसके अंदर द्वापर युग में, चतुर्थ युगी में, द्वापर युग में, कुरुवंश में, इसी सृष्टि में, कुरुवंश कौरव, इसी सृष्टि में there are so many other creations. So in this our creation, there was a king named Sikhidhwaj. जम्बूद्वीप में प्रसिद्ध विंध्याचल के समीप जम्बूद्वीप. Nobody knows what is named as Jambudweep, but some accept our India is called Jambudweep. Some people accept it, but some also say Jambudweep Bharat Khand. Bharat Varsh is India, but Jambudweep is a big land. Maybe our Gondwana land, which was there before in our arts history. Yes, yes. So everything is changing. So who knows what is happening and who keeps all these data and writes the histories? Some will be all seer, and that is possible only in Samadhi nor otherwise. So unless you are in that state, how can you understand that fellow is telling the truth or not? A doctor only can recognize the other doctor. An engineer cannot know whether you are a doctor or not. Can you? So unless you attain that state, you cannot understand their language. So when you attain that state, there is no more questions. Questions are disappeared. This is how the situation is very complicated. If you want to know, you have to delete all your knowledge. That's all. That is the only way. If you if you want to know the truth,
Nullify it, Swamiji. Nullify the knowledge.
yes, if you want to have the real knowledge, then you have to delete all the unreal knowledge. So no knowledge, that means the real knowledge. And how many times we are discussing again and again, all these what we know, it is good for nothing. It is useless, which is ever changing. It is what we know today. For tomorrow it is gone, it is wrong. See this foolish, our young children, who the modern scientists, every decade, every 20 years, everything will change. Whatever is so appropriate now, tomorrow everything is wrong. I know so many, you see, what we call, they say hypothesis, they call it in many terms they use this, the creation, how our creation came to be. So many different ideas. So many different ideas. And one becomes wrong when the other comes. Now we believe Big Bang theory, isn't it?
Now that is also proved wrong.
No, it is gone. It has become old. And if I say something, people will come and hear me. Yes, yes. Oh, something new.
Especially if you are from Oxford University.
Yes. And dictionary also changes. 20th century dictionary, it is so much other than 15th century dictionary. Words are different, language is different, meaning is different. If you go through some old English books, you cannot understand what they say.
The language you use only the wrong.
Every now and then it changes. What you understand today, your children will not understand that language.
Swamiji, at your time you used to use Thai to. We don't know what is Thai to. We know Thai, this is Thai.
So what is the consequence? What is the last? Where do we reach? What to do? Huh? No, nothing to do. You keep quiet. And if you cannot, go on breaking your head, no use. Nothing you will get. Nothing you will get. or sometimes little satisfaction. Oh, yes, I know. I have learned so much. Nobody can compete with me. How can you challenge me? The greatest fool says like this.
It is the full hard disk, memories,
Yes, all the memories should be
0.
Cloud storage.
your laptop. Wipe out everything, delete everything. Plain laptop will give you all the datas. So, this example I gave you always. Two friends, they went to learn music from one guru. They were fast friends. One had little knowledge of music. He used to play harmonium roughly, haphazardly, and play dubitala little, and I could sing something. The other was just neophyte, nothing he knew about music. Both of them had desire to learn music. They went to the Guru and asked, Guruji, we want to learn. Can you teach us? Yes, I shall teach you. And please tell us how long it will take and how much fees, what to do. So have you any knowledge of music? The Guru asked. One said, yes, I have little knowledge. I have learnt a little. Okay. And you want to learn more? Yes. So, it will take 2 years for you to learn some standard music. To be master, of course, it takes a long time. Yes, and how much Guruji would you charge? 2 years, okay, 2,000 rupees, yearly 1,000. 1 hour you can come, I will try. Okay, the next ask Guruji about me. Do you know anything about music? No, I know nothing. I don't know what is called music. Okay, I will take 1 year to teach you standard music. And how much you will charge? Yes, 1,000. Oh, this fellow quarrels with Guruji. Guruji, I know, and you are charging more and taking more time for me, and he doesn't know anything. And you are charging less and take less time. So Guru says, my dear, whatever you have learnt, I have to delete everything, then I shall re-put all the ideas. Because all these, whatever you have known, it is good for nothing. It will disturb, it will influence your new knowledge, so it will be confusion. So you have to delete everything, whatever you have known. This is how our knowledge is. If you want to know the truth, you have to delete all your worldly knowledge. Whatever you know, it is worldly only, relative knowledge.